Okay, well, we are connecting. Yes, hold on a second. Okay, we are on YouTube, and now let's go to recording here on the cloud. Okay, perfect. Good morning, everybody. This is George Ruiz from Austin, Texas. Beautiful Austin, Texas. A little windy today. Actually, I love wind, I have to say. A little windy today, getting ready for this big weekend. And Good Friday today and all this week. But anyway, anybody wants to say something or share something today before we start? Something that you're excited about, something that you want to share with us, anything that you want to share, that something positive and powerful. Anybody? Well, it doesn't have to be powerful.
I want to real quick.
Hey, Caroline. Good morning.
So yeah, I do real quick. So I'm excited because when I fly drive into Austin, Houston, my girlfriend's parents, I brought all the products for them, and then I'm actually now physically gonna sign them up because I'm gonna have Easter at their house. So I'm gonna finally get them and their daughter enrolled this weekend. So
Perfect.
I'm excited about that. That's my hopefully I get that done.
Perfect. And you're doing it well, traveling and everything. I mean, because in the last couple of weeks, people can hear you from Hawaii, from California. Now you're from New Orleans, on the way here to Texas. That's so cool. That's so cool. Anybody else wants to share something before we started? Okay, all right. Okay, let's start now. One of the things that I'm more excited on all the tools that the company has released is the app, and you heard me many, many times. You already saw the presentation from JJ talking about the app. That, by the way, that presentation is already on our page on the YouTube channel. For those of you that never seen the YouTube channel, let me just go very quick tour of it. Let me go really right away. Okay, out there you can see yourself. Yeah. Let me go to the channel itself. All right. This is the YouTube channel. Here is the address. As a matter of fact, let me put it in the chat. And the reason is because there's a lot of great content there. And I'm going to be adding more content, and I'm organizing today. We have these different things, etc. But for example, when you go to the bottom for trainings, the first training is how to use the app. Make sure you go there. We have the different mastermind trainings to here at the bottom. We have the pay plan. We have the compensation plan. We have the two business presentations that you can share. And we're going to talk about that today, on how to share these presentations using your app. But I just wanted to remind you where the channel is. Um, as a matter of fact, let me post the link again. Well, I already posted, but some people come in. All right, posted it in. Okay. All right. Now, there's a powerful way for sharing the business, sharing the product, sharing everything. Tools always been very powerful, and I just go and I'm going to tell you how to use it on social media again, but this time using something that he said on the presentation, on the training presentation last week, that was really, really powerful. Very, very simple, something that you can start doing now. And I'm not going to cover many things, just a couple of things that you can do right now. When I mean right now, as soon as you get off the phone, you can do it. It's very important, but very background of tools. Tools are so important to make easier the business. It's interesting because in the 90s, there's a guy that always talk about him, Mark Janelle. He realized that tools were going to leverage his business to grow his business faster. And his tool at the time was a voicemail that was an 800 number where people were calling for 3 minutes. And then there was an overview. Basically, it was a teaser. And then after that teaser was sending them to another call. And there was this all of them were calls that today is tougher to keep a person on the phone for too long. The next call was like 35, 40 minutes and was a presentation call. And he started using that like crazy, and that his team would start duplicating that, and that was a way that he started leveraging very fast. The second thing that he did is he had an audio cassette and a video of presentations. By the way, some of you, if you are young enough, probably you say, "What the heck is an audio cassette?" But anyway, there was an audio cassette and a VHS video, the big thing. And then he also was sharing that everywhere because he said, "I want to have 10 presentations a day." The 10 presentations that then were done, or that voicemail that people were calling, or the videos and audio cassette. And the guy was super successful. I mean, this guy went from zero to broke, losing his house, losing his car, trying to sell his car, and to buy a home in Lake Tahoe in a year, driving exotic cars and etc. And just in a year, no experience in network marketing when he started. And he said the most powerful thing were the tools. Now, of course, that was in the late 80s, early 90s, and tools have evolved. And today, and by the way, and was expensive because you had to have a voicemail, a 800 number voicemail, because if those 800 people didn't call all over the nation, you have it locally just for Florida. Only people in Florida in your area were calling. And if you remember, was people were charging per minute in the oil companies in the late 80s, early 90s. And that was expensive. That was expensive. Audio cassettes. We were buying audio cassettes by boxes. That in that way we could get 50 cents each one, and there were 100 cassettes. 100 cassettes and videos we were buying for about $1.50 when we were buying packages of 100. We were buying only one, was $5 per video. And then we were not only sharing to people with people, but we also were mailing with other tools, and we were spending probably I was spending about $100 or $200 a week mailing only, just sending people. But the tools were working. That's the way that we explored the business. That's the way that we grew the business using the tools. And all that similar was all the way through the early 90s, all the way to the early 2000 and mid 2000. Still now it changed. The audio cassette changed into audio, into CDs and then to DVD. Also the 3.5 disc, I don't know if you remember, 3.5 disc presentations that we were sharing to. That on a 3.5 disc we have, I mean, that was the tool, but cost money, cost way more money. I mean, there's no way that you couldn't spend less than $100 a month in tools. And this was you doing it at a very low speed. Now, we have an amazing tool, the app. You can do basically everything that I told you today with the app. And it's only $9.99 per month or 90 something dollars per year. And it's interesting when people say, well, do I have to do it? It's our business, of course. And only one person that you sign up is going to pay for a whole year too. And this is the person's coming with a premium pack. Now you're coming with a bigger package, and that with accounting, by the way, what happened later, because if that person start bringing people, you're going to make more money. It's an incredible tool, and everything I told you or more you can do with the tool for much less expensive. I don't know if they're in the call, because if they're in the call, I want to bring that person. No, it's not. They remember when we were buying at the conventions, I was spending over $1,000 every convention just in tools to send information to people. We were buying brochures for each product, audio cassette, many times cassette for each product, the doctor's audio cassette or the doctor CDs. They have a special that you share with people. The same thing that with Dr. Dan, you share video. We were sharing CDs or DVDs too. I mean, it was super expensive. We didn't see it as expenses. We saw it as a business tool, and of course was tax deductible. Now, with the app, we can do so many things, and just I'm gonna go through just one today. Actually, a couple, but I'm gonna show to just one right now. Okay, let me see if I can share it. Okay. All right. And by the way, the reason I'm talking about the pay, although you can do a lot on the free app, and I'm going to talk about that. Let me see, sharing. Okay, sharing now. Okay. I just want to, okay. Okay. Shoot, I cannot. What the heck is frozen here? Let me see if I can unfroze it. All right. It's frozen in the same app. Okay, three, tap, tap, tap. Can I do it here? Yeah. All right. For some reason, I cannot do it right now. What the heck?
You have to go to the screen first out of share mode and then you can share it. Otherwise, it won't let you do it.
Yeah, no, it's my phone. My phone got frozen in the app. That's why I'm trying to this to unfroze and freeze my phone. Okay, let me. I'm gonna start something else. Ever better. All right. I'm gonna go into the app anyway. Now, right now, that's restoring it. Okay. But one of the cool things. Okay, now I got it. Oh, that was quick. All right. All right. It is. This is there. One of the cool things we have, like JJ was talking, we have so many tools there. We have my cars, collagen, eternal, all the product information. Remember, I was saying, we used to buy brochures. You don't have to buy anything. Everything's there. All the brochures are there. You want information about the products, there are information about the products and brochures. There are videos. There is everything there. And then you don't have to buy a video with Dr. Dan talking because guess what? It's part of this. Everything is right there. And you can share it very simple because and JJ was talking about that. Like for example, here we have product talked with Dr. Goober. By the way, if you want to know what is the video about, you click here to see what it is, and then you just play it. That's it to see what it is. I'm just gonna get it. I just wanted to show you.
George, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, you cannot see the screen?
No, I can't.
Shoot. Okay, I
Now
thought it
we can.
was shared. Okay, you see it? Okay. Okay, let me do it again. All right. Okay, there is one of the cool things is that you have all this. I was saying before, you used to buy brochures, but look at that. Now everything is there. Every brochure that you don't have to buy anymore. You can print it out. If you want to give the print version to a person, you can send a digital form. You have all that there. It's so simple. It's so easy. Before I was, like I said, spending money. Every product that we have a brochure, and we were spending money in brochures on each individual product. Plus, we were having the catalog. Plus, we have videos for each product. Plus, if Dr. Dan, we didn't have Dr. Dan, but other doctors had videos and audios. We buy the audios, we buy the videos. Here, as an example, let's suppose that you want to know, send this video to a person. By the way, you can find out what is on the video. And can you see it? By the way, I want to make sure that you're seeing this. Anybody? Yeah. Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, you click and the video play, and then you can see what the video is about.
Hello, my friends.
Okay.
I'm Dr.
Okay, now you can share it right away, and where it says share, and then you can share on social, share on contact, share to your team. Now, one of the cool thing is that is your phone. You have all the contacts that you have in your phone, and you can send it to anybody that's there. And we know it's very simple. I'm going to send it to a friend of mine. This friend, I always send it to him. I say, "What? You send it to me again?" He's in the team, by the way. It's still that I use him. Okay, I click here on the phone. Now, it says to be creative, engage with your audience, whatever. The only thing that you say is, "Oh, here is the video." You don't have to be creative about anything there. I told you about. Uh, the reason I'm showing this one thing is because something that you can do right now. Right now, there's no excuse that you cannot do that. And this is with the free version. It's not with the paid version. You click it, there it is. You send it. That's it. It's done. You did that. And you can do it with more than one person. But you can do everything that's here. Content, current offers, etc. Now, let me get out of second of the app. All right. Okay. And now let me go here on the part of the presentation here. Okay. This is everything that I show you now, media sharing, learn onboarding, training, etc., basic reporting, all that is on the free version that is here. You see, you don't have even to pay anything right now. You can do just that alone. That's it. I mean, you can get every name, you can send videos, you can send everything. Now, there is other things that the pro do. And the reason I recommend the pro to do it, because you say, well, if I can do all that, I don't need the pro. Well, there's one thing that there are many things that you can do with the pro, but one of them is super powerful. And that's why it's a great advantage to have. But right now you can send videos. Correct. Yeah, great. I'm sending videos. Now, but if you have a person, this is right now. Okay, let me see. For example, let's suppose that you have a person right now, and then you send the first part, or the person say, I want to see a presentation. Well, there are no presentations in the app for the business. They're not. The Wellness Wednesday is not there. What if you can actually choose your personal presentation, the presentation that you like, when I mean that somebody else has done, and you put it, or you can put it into your presentation and send it to somebody. And when the person opens the presentation, you know that that person has seen the whole presentation. Right now, what we are doing, many people go to the Spark channel or to our channel, and then just get the link and you send it to a person, and that's okay. The only challenge is that you don't know if the person really opened the presentation. Plus, if you are going to the Spark channel, you have to go through the whole thing trying to find that presentation, because there are all kind of presentation. There are trainings, Wednesday, several languages. There's in Malaysian, there's in Chinese, and to try to find the one that you want sometimes it's a little challenging. And that's why, by the way, we created our channel, because we extract the things that we feel that are the most important that you can use. As a matter of fact, let me go to our channel. I have it on the screen before. Okay, this is a channel. This is our channel. And it has a lot of different things there, but they have some things, for example, information about Visage, etc. But for example, business presentation. We have two here. We have one that my wife did and one I did, that we have just guys on the presentation. We are going to add more. This was the one that my wife did last night. We have compensation explanation. The reason we have this is because these are things that we don't have in the app, and you can share with people. For example, this is by the way, and here is the training of the app. The training that I just uploaded into channel, that was in a different channel, and you can make sure you go to that, because that presentation is amazing. He goes mostly through the free part, that things that you can use for free, like the one I'm showing you now. But the important thing is that you understand how powerful is your app. It's an incredible tool. It's like having like a Swiss knife for tools. It's why in my opinion, is the most powerful tool that we have in our business, and it's going to get even more and more powerful. Okay, let me get out of here for a second. And now, I just show you how to. By the way, and for people that forgive, but I'm not technological brave or anything like that. Remember, you just click on the whatever you want to send, connect to contacts, sync it with the contact you want to send, and put a message, and that's it. There's no much technology there. It's easier even than sending an email. And I know some people may say, well, I have even challenged sending an email. Well, this is easier. This is easier than sending email. Let me show you something again here, because I want to show you again. I know I'm going back and forth. Okay. All right. Now, here at the bottom, actually, in each computer is different. In each app, sometimes for the things, for example, if I go all the way to the app, to the top, it has favorites and my tools. Yours may be in a different position. Now, if you don't have the paid version, you cannot use my tools. And that's why I'm going to go into a second. Now, every time you see a video or a presentation or something that you have, for example, like collagen, you see a heart there. When you click on the heart, automatic is going to be put in your favorites. And this is cool because then everything that you want for in your favorite that you are going to use most of the time is at the top. Now, let me show you why my tools is so important. This is part of the paid version. And let me get off first from this one. And okay, here is our channel again. And let's suppose that you want to send a presentation, business presentation. Suppose the one that I did last night. You click on the presentation, and then at the top here, or on share, you can copy the link. Either way, you copy the link, copy. All right. And now I'm going to go to the app. Let me show you. You just copy the link. You didn't do anything super extraordinary. And then where it say add media, you are going to add a web page.
George, we're still in the YouTube.
Oh, you don't see the gosh, why it doesn't share? Okay, I'm gonna change again. Can you see the phone? Or you still see the YouTube alone?
The
Still-
YouTube.
I still see YouTube.
Okay, all right. Let me stop sharing and start again. Yeah, because I was sharing the YouTube, but okay. All right, let me share here. And now I'm gonna share the computer. Okay. You still see the YouTube, or now you see
Now,
the
page. Now
pardon me?
now we're good. Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, here where it say my tools, and this is for you that have the paid version. You click one page, and then I copy the presentation from my channel. I click it here, save, there is a save on top. And there is the presentation. I can edit the thumbnail, but I'm not gonna do any of that. You can change the title if you want. Here you can post it, say you can have a business presentation. I'm gonna put business presentation just for the heck of, excuse me, this presentation, just to save some space. And basically that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You can, that's it, you save. There again, there's a save on top. And you see suddenly the presentation is there. And you can share that presentation with your people. And if you want to have it on favorites, just click on the little heart and it's there. And by the way, let's share. And again, you can share with a contact. And again, you have all the contacts there. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. And let me go back here. The reason it's nice to have the presentation there, and you can have many other things. You can create your own videos. Oops. You can create your own videos, etc. I'm not going to go into that part of the training today. I just want people to be using it for prospecting. For prospecting, we already have all the information. Person want anything to know about the products, you can send the videos that are here, the presentation that I have by Dr. Dan. You can send the different flyers, etc., to the person. But meanwhile, it's good to have a business presentation, or even Wellness Wednesday. As you see, we have tons of presentations here. Well, not tons, we have like 6 that we upload. And again, you want to make sure that the presentation is always in your favorites, then you have it on top. These are the favorite presentations that we have, the ones that we send the most. And again, we go here. Now, what if you are in social media? And JJ goes to this, but I want to make sure, I'm going to stop here, mirroring. Okay, let's go to, can you see my screen right now, Facebook?
Yes.
All right, okay. Gosh, Let's suppose that I don't know. I'm going to have an example here. I click on friends. Um, uh, okay, I'm going to put this guy. All right, I'm going to send a message with this guy. I not talked to him in a long time. That was 2 years ago. All right. Okay. Let's. Well, you can. I'm not going to send any message right now. Actually, let me send a message. Hey Ted, this is George Ruiz. How are you? We have not talked in a while. Would love to talk to you. So many things has happened in the last year or two since we talked. Call me. You have my phone number, or just let's connect here. This is George. I talk to you later. Bye. Okay. Now, because then what you are going to do at the person after you connect with the person, I'm not going to do it here right now because we have to wait for him or her to answer. And the reason I'm saying this, I'm going to get out of here, is because you don't send links to somebody that didn't ask you to not didn't ask you, or you didn't tell that person that you are going to send them. It's not like you are going to send spamming or something like that. You even a person in social media, and by the way, it's better to send a voicemail, the same thing in person. It's so important that you talk to them first, or you send a message first, and then have permission from them, because you are not going to be spamming people. That's not good. That's not good at all. And then the idea is that you always are sending, and I'm here. The reason I was doing this is because you can copy the link and send it to the person. You can do it through social media. You can do so many of those per day. You don't have to send 100 a day or anything like that. But the time that they text to calls, send text to people, and when you are texting a lot of people, voice texting a lot of people, or calling a lot of people, eventually you have a lot of people that they are going back to you. And then the idea is that every day you are sending at least 2 presentations to people. Because imagine if you do that every day, even if it's 5 days a week, that's 10 presentations a week. And 10 presentations a week is about 40. If we talk about just weeks, 4 weeks, it's 40 presentations per month. And that's in a year, it's about 480, 500 rounded up presentations. What do you think will happen if 500 people are looking at the presentation that you're sending? 500 people in a year. Now, think about all the presentations that you have sent people. If you have 500 people in a year, how many of them do you think we're gonna open that presentation or that link? After you connect with them first. It's only 10 a week, 2 a day, 5 days a week. Think about that. And the reason I'm saying is because we have to be promoting consistently in order to really grow our business. There is those signs that are on the street, those big signs that are on the roads. There was one that used to be there. It said, so, this happened when you don't advertise, nothing. And you are promoting. It's no advertisement because we are not paying, but we are promoting. We're promoting, we're connecting with people. And we are not connecting with people, nothing is going to happen. And that's so important. The reason I'm repeating this is because the biggest challenge that most people have, they don't connect with enough people, or they talk too much, and people never look at the whole presentation. The purpose of the call, when we call anybody, is to get them to some information. And when a person says, well, I talked to 10 people and 10 people say no, well, how many of them actually saw the full presentation? In most cases, it's zero, because we talk too much. I always say, especially if I'm talking to somebody I know, I say, before you say no, look at the whole thing. I don't want you to be upset in 2 years because I didn't insist you to see this. If you're not interested at the end of the presentation, that's okay. We're still friends. But make sure that you are looking at this, because I don't want you to be upset one day. And by the way, when I say this, I'm not just saying that. I have heard many people in the past, including people that I connect, that sometimes they were upset because I didn't tell them, or I never insist. Could be with a product, could be with the business, but never insist and the person look at the presentation. And then later they were thinking why I didn't look at that before, because we didn't try hard enough. And when I mean try, we didn't do it, because just try doesn't work. Just try it doesn't work. We had to do it. And that's so important. And the app is making us easier to have that connection, making it much easier. You just get the information, copy the link, connect it to the link, and we send it to them. And then our goal is that every week, I do it many times Sunday night, you have a list of the people that you're going to be connecting. It's why we had the forms. And I'm going to close with this. And I talk only about basically two things. How to share your stuff and how to get the upload when I mean I get the link of the presentation that you're going to send to people. But this is so important, so darn important. Now, when we go to our site, let me share this. This is probably, and by the way, we have people that have, many of our team members, brand ambassadors that have presented this presentation. And they talk about forms, tracking forms. This is something that, two things, very important to have these tracking forms with the names, the top 100 names. It's so important to have. And then for the week, we have this. The people that we are going to connect this week or this month, and the people that are going to go. You know what is interesting? Many people don't like to hear this. They say, I heard it before. Yeah, but you are not doing it. I don't want to sound like I'm sounding like a boss or anything like that, because everybody here is an independent contractor. Everybody's an independent contractor. But the reason you are in the calls, the reason many of you are in the business is not just for the products. You want to create an income. But we have to use the tools that we have. And we are talking about the app tool and right now the forms. Those two things by itself, if you use it consistently, you are going to be successful. You are a third one that's connecting with the people in person, because I don't want to erase that, by the way. It's so important to connect with people face to face too. But what I mean is that's the difference that makes between a person that's successful and is not. When I told this story before, but repetition is the mother of the skills. We were selling memberships to a very very high-end luxurious club when I was starting in South American sales, and we were making good money. I forgot how much money but one of the guys that was there was making, and I'm talking in the 1980s, he was making per day $500 to $1,000 a day in South America. Think about that. Even today, if you're making $1,000 a day, you say, whoa, that's so cool. But this was in the 80s. And of course, the guy was very secretive. And I wanted to see what the heck he was doing. And one day, by the way, he always wanted to go by himself to do presentations. He never shared with anybody. And when he shared were the basics that everybody knew. And I said, this guy has a secret. I want to know the secret. And eventually he said, oh, George, you're a cool guy. I said, yeah, I would like to know what you're doing. And I said, okay, tomorrow at the office after the training, every morning at 8 to 9 o'clock, we had the motivational training, whatever. 9 o'clock, we were on the street. The guy, we drove to an area where there are a lot of small businesses, one to each other, tons of small businesses. And then we were going from place to place. And the thing that he was saying is, we are opening a club for people like you in business, and it's a high quality. Are you open to hear more? And then we have like a flip chart presentation. And most people say, no, 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 no. I say, shoot. And then by noon, everybody has said, no, I don't have time. We have a very fast lunch. I think it was hot dogs in a cart. And then we came going, no, no. And suddenly say, yes. And that was like $200. And then no, no, no. Another, yes. At the end of the day, he had like four no's, basically $1,000. But we went through probably 80 people. He was not a great presenter. He was not Mr. Personality. He barely smiled, but he was so consistent. And the next day, he said, do you want to come again? Yeah, because I thought he has a secret that doesn't want to tell me. For 3 days in a row, I went with him, and that was what he was doing. Consistency. There were people that were better presenters. There were people that were doing, but they didn't sell as much as him because he was connecting with people. And this was cold. Now, he was asking for referrals as soon as somebody came in and said, oh, you want to have your friends in the club. Tell me a list. That was the only thing, the referral thing that he did when somebody was joining, because he said, hey, you want to be with your friends. You don't want to be by yourself there. Oh, yeah, call this and this and this and this person. But that was it. But every day we were connecting with 80 people. Not everybody saw a presentation, but 80 to 100 people walking. I got shoes that were kind of not very new, and I started having holes by the third day in my shoes. Consistency. We don't have to do that today. We have an app, we have a phone, we have so many things that we can do. And that's the message that I want to leave today is just connect with people and be excited about what we have. Every time, even if one of the things that many times I do, many things I do sometimes when I'm not super excited, before I start to make calls, I imagine that people are being benefit for what I'm going to say. Business and product. And I see myself reaching my goals and then start calling. Now, and that's basically the secret. The secret of success in network marketing and in sales in general, anything that you or in your business, is to have a lot of exposure, a lot of people seeing the information. And by the way, why follow-up is important? Because the first time that a person sees information, maybe it's not sure, but then eventually with follow-up, they start seeing the big picture. It happened to me when I was in the company before. My upline, he followed up with me 42 times before I joined. It's funny because some people say, well, what did he say in time, the 42 times that he called you? It was the same. It's just that was accumulating. And that's like in everything. It's why it's so important, the basics. The basics are very important. You have your list. You connect with your list. You present the list and you follow up. Keep doing that and using the tools consistently. And the app is a great way. And I told you only two things on the app today. Just choose whatever you want to do and share it with the person. Just go to our channel and then upload. When I say upload, you really are just getting the link of the presentation, business presentation that you want to share, and start going crazy. You don't have to go door to door. You don't have to make 100 calls or anything like that. But remember what I said, you had 10 people in a week that see the presentation. It's 400, it's almost 500 people in a year. And by having just 10 people from your team doing the same thing that you personally sponsor, doesn't have to be everybody sponsor. By the way, with 500 people, for sure, you're going to sponsor way more than 10 people. But imagine, even if only 2 people do the same thing, your business will explode. And in 3 years, you could be at who knows what levels, because everything depends on our goals. By the way, there are many things that happen in the business. It's why also you work with your upline. This is a third thing that I wanted to say. Make sure that you do 3-way calls, 3-way Zooms. You are working with your team. This is not business that you do it by yourself. This guy, when I went with him, he was working. We were working by ourselves, really, because nobody was going out with. I went out with this guy just to do presentations because I convinced him. I don't know how, but I convinced him. But here you have a team support. You have your upline support. You have the tool support. You have a company support. And on top of that, we have an amazing product. The product for me is also a marketing tool. Because if the product was no good, we would not have a business. But it's a marketing tool. It's part of the business. It's part of the whole business. One thing that I'm going to say before we go, I'm already 11 minutes, is many people say, I got in three because I want to help a lot of people. Now, if you bring two people that want to do the thing, and they bring two, that at the end of 12 months, if everybody's bringing two, you have over 8,000 people helping other people, and you just got two. That's the power of leverage. Some people say, I don't want to build a team. I just want to help people. You have more people by building a team. Simple. Christine said many times, one networker is worth 10,000 customers. And it's totally true. Or 1,000 customers, she said. I just say 10,000. I like to add an extra zero. But it's true. The more money you are making, the more people you are helping. Because that means more people have been reached with the business. And if we think that we can do it more just by going from customer to customer, that's not the case. But anyway, anybody wants to say something before we go? Or wants to add